Okay, game 5 of NAF Live Eucalyptus Bowl. This time we're up against some Norse with BOOMER, who is lots of fun, a dwarf bomber. So it's raining, and so I decided to kick. I've won the toss in all 5 games, I think, and decided to kick each time as well. So yeah, he's got a bit of. What's he got? So he's got a Mighty Blow Snow Troll, he's got Tackle, Mighty Blow, he's got quite a few skills actually. So he's got one Block Ulf and one Guard Ulf. There's Boomer obviously in the middle. He's got Sure Hands on a lineman for the carry, and he's got a dodge runner as well somewhere. So who knows? I don't know. So I guess sometimes he would carry with the dodge runner and sometimes with the Sure Hands lineman. Not sure. This is Sebutuono, who I've played a couple of times before in these NAF online events. And we're both on 2 wins and a draw, so doing reasonably well. So to be honest, I didn't notice he had Boomer to start with. Otherwise, I might have adjusted my setup a little bit, maybe, because it made it reasonably target heavy. So immediately throws to there, taking on those 4, and taking out all 4 of them, including a stun. So it could have been worse. They could have died, but still fairly annoying. And it's like, oh, then he has a bomb. And I knew this at this stage. So all I'm trying to do here is just not engage too much, not move my vampires too much, and just wait for him to present me with an opportunity to do something with the hypnotic gaze, and hope that not too many people die. So I've taken out one of my own players so far as well, and this time the bomb lands here on one of my prone players, and then is hitting all 3 of those guys as well. This time manages to kill one of the thralls, take out another one, knock out another one, and then take down a vampire. So Boomer is booming, and things are looking a little hairy, to be honest. So my turns are being very quick at this stage, as my people just get duffed up, and it's like, okay, well, what are you going to do with the next stuff up? And then again he hits, this time hits both vampires, but just takes them down. Take down the Snow Troll, but nothing else happening. This time I spaced my players out a wee bit more. I don't know, should I have spaced them out a bit more earlier? Maybe, but Boomer's not that huge a threat usually, but he's just smashing people up this time. That stun was a shame. My plan was to do something useful with that vampire, but it wasn't to be. He hasn't caged up his ball carrier this time, so I've got the dodge, 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 go for it for the hit, and it's 2 dice obviously because I've got strength 4. So we'll see if that works out. But obviously the stun there is good. Boomer is on hitting again, and this time he's got a target 4, and what does he do? Yeah, he badly hurts one of my vampires, who I then use my apothecary on. I'm not relying on regen, so I tend to use the apothecary on the first badly hurt of the game. Basically, even if it's the thrall, I bring them back because it's useful to have thralls, and you might not get the opportunity. So here goes. The vampire passes the Bloodlust, 3 up dodge, no problems there. Uses the dodge on the second one, and then 2 up dodge, and then another 2 up dodge, and then a go for it, and then another go for it for the hit. Sadly, it's a push, and I think this is going to be my only opportunity. So I did use the reroll on the push, but just got another push. So my dice well and truly deserting me at this. Well, not deserting me because they were never here, but yeah, at this point I think, right, okay, well this drive is pretty much gone. A sensible thing actually would have been to just run away, basically. So I take the 1 dice. I should have hit and then run away at that stage, I think, but what I did was sort of engage his players, and that ended up with me getting duffed up a bit more, sadly. So the Boomer's still going, and he starts fouling with Boomer as well, because obviously he's going to get sent off. And then on my last go, I do just run into distance, not before his Snow Troll has killed one of my vampires, who doesn't regenerate. So not feeling too rosy about the world at this stage, but only 1-0 down, and still have a decent number of players. Got 2 chances for the KOs to come back, and they will do. No, sorry, that's his team. So most of them do. Got 1 KO left, and I've got a chance to beat him up and then beat him up again in the second half. So I cause one of his casualties, so he's down to 10 players now, I think. No, he's still on 11. Sorry, 10 players on the pitch, obviously, but there we go. Just knock that guy. And the second half, so we're playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So he has got 11 still, and I'm on 11 as well. So it's 11 against 11, and I think, okay, well, that's all right. Let's just play for the draw. I'm definitely not going for the win at this stage. Draw would be perfectly satisfactory. Failed to pick up. And I'd done most of my stuff, so didn't bother with the reroll. Rerolls like gold dust, obviously, we're playing vampires. Makes the pickup with a blodger, so could be awkward, but I've got zillions of dice on him. Didn't need them in the end because I got double pow to start with, so that was good news. Ball bounces out to there, and then I end up picking up with the block vampire. He's going to come back here and pick it up. Obviously, better to pick up on a 2-up. Bloodlusts, so ideally this guy would have been forming a sort of cage, but I'd already used my reroll, I think, so that was bad news. So players starting to leave the pitch quite quickly now. Slightly unfortunate. So it's not looking great, and then there goes another one with the Bloodlust, and so I'm just sort of moving forward at this stage, having to use the ball carrier for an assist because of my lack of players, and then not forming a cage at all. Don't think he blitzes the ball carrier this turn. So here I just blitz and then run into space, basically. So I've left the Ulfwana with the blitz. Not a lot I could have done about that. I could have moved this vampire over here, but then you're risking the vampire going into the crowd. So basically, I did just leave the Ulf blitz and then thought I'd mop it up afterwards. Got a vampire lurking to pick up afterwards if necessary. Again, another player leaving the pitch with the Bloodlust. It's all rather nasty. He does get the POW, but the ball is there and is not looking too good at this stage. So I had quite a golden turn at this stage. So I got the 1 dice POW on the blodger. Didn't particularly need the POW, just needed a push. Made a mistake here where I meant to stand up the vampire and gaze this Ulf. But I clicked stand up and end move, which is annoying. So he just had to stand up, and then this one had to. So then I had a 3-up dodge, 3-up pickup, 2-up dodge out. Whereas I meant to have just a 2-up dodge, 2-up pickup, if the gaze had worked. But I got the POW. Didn't particularly need it, but it was, and then was able to take the 3-up and the 3-up and then the 2-up. And then run into space, and I hadn't used a reroll by this stage, so I was able to use the 2 extra go for it's there. This thrall wasn't doing a huge amount, so just coming around in case of Bloodlust, basically. So I'm feeling a bit more optimistic at this stage. So he was able to just get someone on the ball. And then the Ulf came along. The Ulf, this was the non-block one, this is the guard one, and I had dodge, so just getting the 2 dice on there, and then it's just a choice of skull or pow push, which obviously is no good because I have dodge. Rerolls it, takes the both down, and luckily for me, stuns himself but doesn't stun me. So happy days that Ulf isn't out of danger now. So the vampire is able to stand up, blitz the chap that didn't take him down, but was able to pick up the ball, and then I ran down here using the dodge, and then just getting slightly further away. His last turn, all he's got really is a half dice on the ball carrier, and that was mostly irrelevant. But yeah, all he's got is a half dice on the ball carrier. He's got a reroll on it, but he uses the reroll on the dodge out. So when he comes around for the half dice, he rolls a skull, which I take, and then excitement here, in that you could see it just down the bottom of the screen, I rolled a Bloodlust. I wasn't able to get one of these thralls slightly closer, unfortunately. Not with decent chance of dice anyway. So just had to go for it. Had the reroll and managed to reroll it, which is good news. Now and then his 1 turner attempt. He's got move 7 and he's got frenzy. So it is possible, but he had no rerolls, so I wasn't hugely worried. Took a little while setting up because quite a lot of thought needed on this one, but then he powered straight away. So yeah, good game, and we're both on reasonable records now. 2 wins, 2 draws, and a loss going into round 6, which is good fun.